The twin suns of Elora hung low on the horizon, their golden light spilling across the shattered domes of the royal citadel. Once, this world had been the jewel of the Galactic Union. Now, it was a graveyard. The royal line of Elora had been wiped out in one night of fire and betrayal, or so everyone believed. Commander Rian Vale, one of the few surviving human envoys, stood among the ruins. A decade ago, he had come to Elora as a diplomat. Now, he returned as a scavenger of history. His scanner pulsed, detecting something impossible, a royal Eloran biosignature. The signal led him deep underground to a cracked crystal pod, still glowing faintly. Inside floated a figure with pale blue skin and silver hair that shimmered like liquid light. Her heartbeat was weak but steady. Rian froze. Princess Seraphine Kaelora, the last heir of Elora, was alive. When the pod opened, she collapsed into his arms, gasping her first breath in 10 years. "Who are you?" she whispered. "Rian Vale, human envoy. Once. You're safe now, princess." She blinked, disoriented. "My world, where is it?" "It's gone," he said quietly. "The Union fell. Your father's empire is dust." The truth struck her like a blade. For a long moment she was silent. Then she stood, trembling but resolute. "Then I am the last of my kind." "Not quite," Rian said. "Rumors speak of survivors on the outer moons." Her eyes burned with new purpose. "Then we find them." They crossed the dying plains of Elora, a world gasping for life. Through storms of ash and shifting sands, Seraphine walked with unshakable grace. She was no fragile princess. She could summon faint ripples of light, remnants of a people's ancient art. The neural veil, a living network that once bound all Eloran minds. Each night she knelt in the dust, whispering to the wind. The air shimmered as if listening. When Rian asked what she did, she said softly, "I listen to the memories of my people." Elora remembers. He began to see her not as an alien, but as someone lost, clinging to hope in a broken world. Their search led them to Nethra 9, a forgotten moon once used for research. The base still pulsed with weak power. Inside, they found walls covered in strange symbols and flickering holograms of Eloran scientists, records of experiments merging human and Eloran consciousness. "They tried to link our minds," Rian murmured. Seraphine's face darkened. "My father believed unity was the future. Others called it heresy. It started the war." Deeper inside, they discovered a chamber of stasis pods. Some shattered, others faintly alive. Rian approached one, and a metallic shriek filled the air. From the shadows emerged hybrid creatures, twisted fusions of machine and flesh. The failed experiments had survived. The Pei fought desperately. Rian's pulse rifle lit the dark, while Seraphine unleashed psychic waves that shattered the hybrid's neural links. When the last fell, she sank to her knees, tears glimmering. "My people did this," she whispered. Rian rested a hand on her shoulder. "No, this is what happens when power forgets mercy. You can change that." At the heart of the facility lay one final chamber, sealed behind a barrier keyed to royal DNA. Seraphine pressed her hand against it, and the door dissolved. Inside was a single pod, holding an Eloran child. Her voice broke. "My sister's daughter, she lived." The child's vitals were weak but steady. Seraphine activated the revival sequence, watching his color return to the girl's skin. When the child's golden eyes opened, Seraphine whispered, "The bloodline continues." Then alarms blared. The hybrids had awakened the Sentinel, the facility's automated guardian. The walls trembled as a massive construct tore through the chamber. "Go!" Rian shouted, aiming his blaster. "No!" Seraphine cried. "We face it together." The Sentinel's voice thundered, an authorized royal presence. Terminate. Rianne's shot sparked uselessly against its shield. Seraphine stepped forward, glowing with otherworldly light. You serve my father's law. I revoke it. She reached into the neural veil, channeling the memories of her people. The entire moon shook as energy pulsed through her body. For every sin of pride, for every life lost, we begin anew. A blinding wave of light erupted. The sentinel shattered, its core imploding into radiant dust. The facility collapsed around them. Rianne grabbed the child, and together they fled to their ship, escaping as the moon split apart behind them. Weeks later, aboard their repaired vessel Aurora's Promise, Seraphine stood beside Rianne, gazing at the stars with her niece asleep in her arms. "So what now?" he asked. She smiled faintly. "We rebuild, not as Eloran or human, but as one." He returned her smile. Together, then. As their ship drifted into the unknown, the neural veil pulsed across the galaxy once more. Forgotten minds stared in the dark, whispering of rebirth. The alien princess had indeed returned from the dead. But this time, she wasn't alone. A human walked beside her, and with them, hope was reborn.